All right, Broncos country, we are live. Welcome to Empower Field at Mile High to Denver Broncos Syndicate. This is our pregame live stream of Denver Broncos versus Los Angeles Rams, our third and final preseason game. I am your host, Gage Madrid. Hopefully everybody is doing fantastic here on this Friday evening. Let's just wait for a few people to get into the chat here for us to officially get started on this live stream. So, as you can see, guys, we are in the building here at Empower Field at Mile High. We are just a little over an hour and a half to kickoff here for this game. I am super duper excited for the preseason to finally be in the books, so that way we can move on to real football, actual regular season football. So in this stream, Broncos country, I just wanted to go over some of the top storylines to preview from this game here. Just try to find a little bit more of a stable ground that we can put this on here. I also just want to make sure that the stream is nice and stable and live. All right, so since this is our third preseason game, Sean Payton is treating it kind of like the old school preseason games where basically starters are not going to play for the most part in this one. If starters do play, they're only going to play for a series according to Sean Payton. So therefore, this is going to be a strong chance for some of our reserve players to get some action, prove why they deserve to carve out a role on this Denver Broncos defense or on this Denver Broncos starting offense. I'm really excited to see guys like Jarrett Stidham in this game. Really excited to see Ben DiNucci in this game. Looks like we got 13 people in the house. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Again, we're just at this little corner here in front of the gates of the stadium. It's the only place I could really find a spot to set my phone down here. But overall, guys, starters not really expected to play in this one, so no Russell Wilson. Jarrett Stidham figures to get heavy action in the first half. Ben DiNucci figures to get heavy action in the second half. It was also tweeted that our starting offensive line is not going to play in this game, and that's the unit that I really wanted to see out there. I'm trying to pull the chat up here. Sorry, guys. Just please bear with me here. Is the audio all good? Just let me know if everything is all good in that respect. All right. Sorry about this, guys. The kind of informality of this, but that's what we get when we're doing live streams from the stadium, guys. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in here. All right. Looks like we are about to get the chat up. We got Michael Ronquillo in the house saying, good evening, Gage in Broncos country, go Broncos. Jeff Nordy says, are there any receivers that we're looking at? Yes, absolutely. So receivers that I'm going to be keeping an eye on in this game include Montrell Washington. This is going to be a strong opportunity for him to potentially make this team, especially in the wake of Jerry Jeudy going down. I'm also going to be watching Kendall Hinton in this one. Awesome. Audio, video, all good. Awesome. I agree, AWOL. The O-line should definitely be playing in this game. This is the game where I expected this team to sort of build some of that chemistry and the continuity. And the fact that our starting offensive line isn't going to play in this one, that really does surprise me at the end of the day. So overall, though, I do feel like we're going to be paying attention to Kendall Hinton in this game. We're going to be having to pay attention to guys such as Taylor Grimes. I'm hoping maybe Taylor Grimes can get an opportunity to shine in this game. Merlot, Jaleel, that was going to be my next topic of conversation. Will Jaleel McLaughlin play in this game? That's going to be a top storyline to follow in this one, because Jaleel McLaughlin has already pretty much put everything that he needs to put out on tape, quite frankly. So I don't know if it would be necessary for the Denver Broncos to put him out there and risk injury to him. I feel like he's already made the team. This is going to be an opportunity for guys such as Tyler Beatty and Tony Jones to maybe solidify that RB4 role. Here comes the marching man, guys. I'm going to move just so we don't have to get our ears blown out here, because that is loud, although they do awesome performances. All right, yeah, let's move a little bit away from the marching band here, guys, just so that way we don't have to listen to that. We will go hit the field before the stream's over, guys, but we have to be a little bit careful when we hit the field, because they play a lot of copyrighted music out there, and I don't want us to have to potentially get the stream demonetized. So I'll definitely be watching to see if Jaleel McLaughlin plays in this game, but if Jaleel does not play in this game, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for guys such as Tony Jones Jr. and Tyler Beatty to really solidify a role for themselves on this roster. So I'll be watching them. I'll be watching some of our backup offensive linemen pretty heavily in this one as well, Broncos country. I'll be watching guys like, or some of our backup running backs as well, like Tony Jones as well as Tyler Beatty in this one. If the Denver Broncos do carry 4 running backs, this is going to be the battle to determine who that RB4 is going to be. There's also a couple of backup offensive linemen that I am going to watch in this one. Alex Palczewski, he figures to potentially lock up that swing tackle position for us tonight. Isaiah Prince has left a lot to be desired at right tackle in the backup role for us. So I'm really curious to see how that whole situation is going to shake out. All right, I think this might be the spot to do this show, honestly. Got a little view of the field here. We'll come out real quick. All right, Broncos country, we're in the building. Let's go. All right. Let me see if there's a place I can set you guys down here. No, that's not gonna work. So, other guys I'll be watching this game, Albert Okwuegbunam. This is going to be a really big opportunity for Albert Okwuegbunam tonight. He's kind of basically established like a big slot receiver role for the Denver Broncos. His blocking has been much improved over the last couple of games. So, if Albert Okwuegbunam can establish some sort of connection tonight with Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci, then I feel like that's going to be huge for him. Because I don't know if Alberto is going to do enough to make the Denver Broncos roster, but this may be a big opportunity for Alberto to make an impact for some other team, maybe even the Rams. Alberto could be a weapon that Sean McVay might take notice of and say, hey, I can do something with him. Okay, a lot of people here, it's getting loud. We'll go ahead and come away from these people here, but that could be something that the team looks at as a role for Albert Okwuegbunam as a big slot receiver or against some team out there. I'll also be watching the center position to see if Luke Wattenberg can lock up that backup center job for us tonight, Broncos country. Right now, he's gotten pretty much all of the looks at center spot. 7th round rookie Alex Forsyth. So if Luke Wattenberg can have another strong performance out there in tonight's game against the Rams, sorry. So right now are we back? I think we're back. So, guys, I would maybe keep an eye on our Eric Fisher. That's really the only starting caliber offensive tackle that's still out there. Taylor Lewan, I don't really view as a competent starting option. He's lost so much weight that he really just looks like a tight end out there. And yes, just as Jeff says, please be sure to drop a like on the stream. I really would appreciate it, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I'm trying to read the chat here on my tablet next to me as I walk around the stadium here. It is extremely hot out here in Denver today, so I'm trying to not go out there for a while. An interesting note to pay attention to, guys. I think the Broncos could be wearing their white uniforms today at home. We already know that they'll be wearing their white uniforms for at least one regular season game, week 2 against the Washington Commanders. But right now, it actually looks like the Broncos are going to wear their white uniforms tonight, and the Rams are going to wear their blues. So keep an eye on that, because this would be the first time since 2002 that the Broncos wear white at home. So that would definitely be something interesting to monitor there. All right. All right, I think I have found what we're going to do here, Broncos country. Perfect. Some chairs right here. It's here. Yeah, the white uniforms would definitely be cool, Jeff. I would definitely like to see them. This would be my first time actually seeing the white uniforms in person. I've never been to a Broncos road game before, so that would be kind of cool to see that, honestly. All right, guys, back over here to some things I'll be watching tonight. On the defensive line, I don't know if Mike Purcell is going to play in this game. He was just barely activated off of the non-football injury list. So if he doesn't play tonight, then I'm going to be paying attention to guys such as Tyler Lancaster. Hold on, guys. Is my connection good? Is my connection still good sitting here? Let me know, guys, if I need to move back into the stadium. We've got Antelope in the house. What is going on, my friend? Good to see you. Hope all is doing well. All right, we've still got 27 people in the house, Broncos country. We'll go ahead and take you guys out here onto the field in just a few moments here. We'll probably keep this stream around like 15, maybe 30 minutes. I want to be able to get out there in time for the pregame warm-ups and stuff like that. I mean, they're still doing just like individual drills right now. I don't think anybody's out in uniform. I'll also be watching the kicking game tonight, Broncos country, to see if maybe Brett Maher can have some sort of redemption bounce-back performance after really struggling out there in our first couple of games, especially in that game against Arizona, although he did bounce back in the San Francisco game and was pretty much perfect on that game. But against Arizona, he really struggled, and the kicking game overall really struggled for the Denver Broncos. So if the team isn't satisfied with their kicking performance in tonight's game, then I strongly feel like the Broncos are going to look to some outside source to maybe bring in a new kicker. I've heard that the Broncos are paying heavy attention to New Orleans Saints kicker Will Lutz, so that's definitely an intriguing possibility for us. Oh my God, I just realized, Broncos country, I think I screwed up. Okay. Yep, I lost my drink. That sucks. Yep, I don't know where my drink fell out either. Oh man. Yep, I had my bottle of Coke that I completely lost. That sucks. We got Blitz in the house. How you doing, Blitz? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Oh, there's my Coke. Dude, oh, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. It's right there, dude. That's great. All right, so we got our soda back. I'm also going to be watching Essane Bassey in this game, Broncos country. Essane Bassey and Jaquan McMillan, two of our young defensive backs in this one. If those two can continue to make some big plays for us, Essane Bassey has had a pick in each of our two preseason games. And Jaquan McMillan, he's looked extremely strong both in camp and in the early part of the preseason. So if either one of those two guys for us, Broncos country, can step up, then that's going to bode really well for our defense. Riley Moss right now is still working his way back from his injury, and K'Wan Williams, there's a strong chance that he's not going to be on the field for our Week 1 game against the Raiders here at Mile High. So if that's the case, then we're really going to depend on guys such as Bassey and McMillan. So I'm really excited to see them potentially play in this one. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, Russell Wilson and the starting offense are not expected to play in this game. If any of our starters do play, it may be a couple of defensive players, but I just don't see starters needing to play in this one. The Rams never play their starters in the preseason. Glock, I think Grimes will get a good opportunity tonight, but I also feel like the team doesn't want to give him too many looks in the preseason because I feel like they really want to sneak Taylor Grimes onto the practice squad. This is a prime example where he gets a lot of looks in practice but doesn't get a whole lot of looks in the actual preseason games. And that's just because the Broncos don't want other teams to see tape on him and potentially poach him off waivers before the Denver Broncos can add him onto the practice squad. So I feel like the Broncos may keep Taylor Grimes on ice tonight just so that way they can protect him and make sure that nobody else claims him off waivers and steals him from us. So if we don't see Taylor Grimes tonight, that's why. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to set that down. That's a lot easier. Looks like it took up the half of the... It did. The new big scoreboard, it's huge. We'll go out and we'll take a look at it in a minute, Broncos country. But it is definitely a massive scoreboard for sure. You can see where the Waltons and the Penners put in the money to upgrade some of the parts of the stadium. Like the concourses, you can't really tell. The concourses don't look too much different, but when you actually get out into the bowl, you can see the big new scoreboard, obviously. The new team stores right over there. And apparently that's been renovated really well. I have not been into the team store. It's a chaos show over there right now, so I'm probably not going to be able to get in there. All right, guys, we're about 16 minutes into the live stream. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, is we'll take you guys out to the field here. We got the traveling Texan for 10 bones. Thank you so much, Texan. I really appreciate you. That's awesome. Helps keep the lights on here at Denver Broncos Syndicate. We really, really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. All right. Let me go back to where I initially was here, and then we'll head back onto the field here. Old enough for a drink hat? I mean, thank you so much. I don't drink, so I mean, I probably wouldn't be the greatest candidate for a drink hat. I like my little Gilligan hat here. Shout out to the company Arrow. They're a local cannabis company here in the state of Colorado. But yeah, I definitely like the Gilligan hat. I think that's a good look. I've seen a couple of other Gilligan hats too, so I think they're kind of making fun of Sean Payton a little bit here. But again, guys, this is going to be a really cool opportunity for our quarterbacks. I think that we're going to see Jarrett Stidham play most of the first half, if not all of it. And then we'll get Ben DiNucci for the second half. But again, Alex Palczewski, I'm going to watch him pretty heavily, see if he can lock up that backup right tackle spot ahead of Isaiah Prince. Cam Fleming, I'm curious to see if he plays in this game at left tackle, or maybe if they go with Prince out there. On the D-line, I'm definitely going to be, again, watching Tyler Lancaster. Zach Allen, I don't think is going to play in this one. I'm curious to see if Mike Purcell gets a few snaps after spending all of training camp on the physically unable to perform list. All right, guys, let's go out here and take the field, shall we? All right, we got to be very careful here. We are wearing our white jerseys at home. Yep. You can see Brett Maher's warming up way over there. He's wearing white. So, Derek for 10 bones. Thank you so much, Derek. I really appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for the donations. That's into it. It's just so much fun, man. Yeah, the sunburn for sure, man. Gotta make sure we wear the Gilligan hats just for the sunburn factor alone here. All right, we're back. Yeah, whenever we go out onto the field, it does not like it. Like, the connection out on the field is not the greatest. So I think we'll just go ahead and stay in here. Ooh, I found a space to set my phone down. Let's go. Perfect place to set my phone down. All right, Broncos country. So, which players are you guys excited to see in this game tonight? I know I'm really excited to see Jaleel McLaughlin if he does play. If not, I'm excited to see Tyler Beatty and Tony Jones. I'm excited to see if Ben DiNucci can continue to separate himself from Jarrett Stidham. We'll also see Brett Rippon tonight in a Rams uniform, so that's going to be cool seeing him return to Mile High after spending all of those years here. I'm going to take a drink of Coke real quick, guys. Make sure that it doesn't overflow. But I'll be watching Ben DiNucci and Jarrett Stidham to see if Stidham can continue to stack those days, because he had a strong enough performance in that 49ers preseason game. It wasn't great by any means, but it was a strong day. And certainly, just because Ben DiNucci didn't look very good, he played better than Ben DiNucci did. So I'm curious to see if that trajectory will continue in this one. Albert O. I'm really excited for Albert O as well. Just like I talked about, this is going to be a big opportunity for Albert O, just for his career in general. If he's already not made the Broncos roster because the team's decided that Nate Adkins is tight end 4, then Albert O needs to put some good tape out there in this game so that way another team notices him and potentially adds him onto the roster. Mims, absolutely. Marvin Mims is set to get a good deal of playing time tonight, according to Mike Kliss. So We should see Marvin Mims work as both a slot receiver, a little bit outside on the boundary, but we'll also be seeing him in the return game. And I'm hoping he can provide a bit of spark and a bit of electricity to the return game. We got Mark, Steelers Nation Australia, in the house for $5 Australian dollars. Thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate you, mate. Hopefully all is going well down there in Australia for you. Thank you so much, bro. All right, Broncos country. Well, we're about 20 minutes into the stream here, so I'm probably going to go ahead and think about calling it. Players are about to take the field for pregame warm-ups. In fact, you know what? Let's see if I can... All right. If our connection's still good, looks like it is, we'll go hit the field one more time, guys, real quick before we call it a stream here. I always like to hang out at field level for a good while, and then I'll eventually head up to my seat. I always sit up in the nosebleeds. It's a good view up there. But yeah, man, the Broncos wearing white at home. This is my first time actually seeing the white jerseys in person. All right, guys. Here we go, guys. We are in the building. Let's go. Let's get a win tonight, Broncos country. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and dip out of here. Thank you so much for tuning into this little pregame stream. Thank you so much to Texan, Mark, and Derek for the donations. I really appreciate you. Let's go Broncos tonight, and be sure to keep it right here on Denver Broncos Syndicate for the post-game stream right here from Empower Field at Mile High. All right, Broncos country, and until next time, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.